you know, be grateful. At the end of the day, be very grateful. You have to really want it, right? It has to be your passion, not just something you enjoy doing. Because when it's your passion, you are willing to sideline everything. This is how iShowSpeed's mum almost ended his career. I haven't watched this, so I don't know what's about to come up, but hopefully it's good.
Darren Watkins Jr., the boy who got kicked out at only 14 years old.
She told me to quit or I'm leaving. Like, you can't do this in my house. I'm out.
While crying.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm really sorry we couldn't celebrate how we usually do.
But continued to build an empire with now over 40 million subscribers. Even becoming a mayor for an hour. The name iShowSpeed has become one.
That's crazy. Like, I remember watching Speed back when he was still at home, you know, being crazy, doing like backflips off his bed, and like when he smashed his computer and the whole live just stopped working, or when he lit up fireworks in his room, you know. And also there were a lot of times on the stream where his mum would come in and they would argue, and it was like a very, I don't want to say it was a very common thing, but it was definitely something that if you watched his streams like more than once, you would have noticed. But I didn't realize like the lore was that deep, you know? And that she kicked him out. I thought he just left. I didn't realize he got kicked out, but that's really sad.
One that nearly everyone recognizes. But it wasn't always this easy. Throughout Speed's journey, there was one major obstacle he had to face: his own mother. Darren Jason Watkins Jr. was born on January 21st, 2005 in Cincinnati, Ohio.
The fact that Speed is younger than me, is traveling the world, meeting like his football idols, and like, it's insane. Because it's like, damn, what am I doing? I'm sat here watching a video about it, like, damn, it's kind of crazy.
From the very start, life at home wasn't exactly picture perfect. His parents split up when he was little, and it wasn't an easy separation. In fact, one account claims that his father even fought a custody battle and lost, which made it worse while he was already living in a rough neighborhood.
Up there, it was like, I did kind of grow up like not in a not so well neighborhood, you know. So, you know, hey, that is how it is growing up in Ohio, you know, had a lot of fights, seen a lot of stuff, did a lot of stuff.
School wasn't easy either. Darren also wasn't the quiet kid in the back of class. He was the
I don't know how to explain it, but you know how some people, when you look at pictures of them as a kid, you wouldn't correlate that that was them, which sounds really weird because like for most people you can look at them and be like, yeah, that was you when you were a kid, you know. Looking at like iShowSpeed's pictures of him being a kid, if you told me to close my eyes and envision him as a kid, this is exactly like the image that would pop into my head. It's not even funny. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you understand what I mean, you understand. But if not, it is what it is.
The class clown who loved making people laugh.
Popular kid?
Well, I was really like I was just a troll, really a class clown troll. I used to dance, like in a talent show.
Outside the classroom, Darren put his energy into sports. He had serious athletic talent. In fact, he played on Purcell Marion High School's football.
If you have seen any streams or any clips of iShowSpeed doing any sort of like sport or exercise, you will know this guy is like crazy at sports. Like, he's really good at running. I think I saw him playing American football at one point with like either some like NFL prospects or something. And like he was keeping up, like he wasn't falling behind at all. You would think somebody who's like a streamer has, the stereotype is, you know, not the most athletic or not the most outdoorsy, let's say, but like Speed just completely like blows up that stereotype because he's very athletic, I think, and you can see that very easily through like clips and stuff.
ball and basketball teams during his freshman year, fast enough to earn the nickname Speed and confident enough to brag about it. At one point, he even claimed he was a 4 or 5-star football recruit. Whether or not that was true, there's no doubt he was competitive and loved to win.
See, look. See, people don't know, but I was always in sports my whole life.
Okay.
But he had another passion, gaming.
My sophomore year of high school, I started doing YouTube. Then I dropped all of it. You know, I just didn't touch sports anymore. I was focused on YouTube.
Darren grew up playing video games whenever he could, from NBA, 2K to Fortnite. Remember Ninja, the guy from Fortnite? That was one of Speed's early inspirations. Like a lot of kids, he idolized big YouTubers and streamers.
Two people are ready.
I think I said this. I think I said this for Kai in like a much older stream that I did. But it's crazy how we're reaching the point now in terms of like internet history where you can go back and watch somebody's whole like content creation journey from them being a kid, right? Because I feel like a few years ago, I don't want to call them internet celebrities, but like, you know, people who were big on the internet, a lot of people you couldn't really properly trace, whether it was because they deleted their stuff or it was just a lot harder to find or whatever reason. But it's weird, like looking at this and seeing Speed when he was, I don't know how old he is in this, but clearly very young. And the same with Kai, when I saw like the clip of like, I think it was Kai on Facebook or something. But it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Later recalled going to his mom around 6th grade and telling her his dream. Mom, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a streamer.
I grew up in like I said, I played games. So,
Right.
you know, Ninja kind of like really opened up my eyes. Yo, I'm like, Mom, I was 12 years old. I'm like, Mom, I want to be a streamer. She's like, boy, blah, 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 blah. And I told my mom at 12 years old, at 11 years old, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a streamer. Like I genuinely wanted to be.
Despite all odds, Darren held on to that dream.
If YouTube does not work out for me, man, I'm gonna just go back to being a regular kid, bro. You feel me? You know, I didn't really have no goals, bro. I was just a regular kid with it, cause
I think this is one thing that, like, at least me personally, I really like about Speed. He's genuinely so wholesome. And, you know, at the end of the day, it all started out from being just a kid with a dream. And you can see that through his personality and the way he acts on screen and stuff. And obviously I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, he's an innocent person and there aren't things that he's done that are bad or good or whatever. But I just feel like this side of him, or this part of his, I guess, story, if you want to call it that, even though I hate talking about people's stories because, like, it just kind of almost dehumanizes people. Like, I'd much rather say, like, his upbringing or his past or whatever, rather than his story. But, yeah, this whole aspect is so, in my opinion, is so apparent in how he is now and how he has been throughout his content creation.
you know, I just got, as I said, I had no motivation to get back on it. Then, like, the first week, I was averaging, like, 2 or 4 viewers, and I just kept going. Started averaging 20.
In 2016, at just 11 years old, Darren went ahead and created a YouTube channel. His first ever video was uploaded in December 2017, and by the next year, he tried his hand at live streaming. One of his first live streams in 2018 was him playing Fortnite to an audience of literally 1 or 2 viewers. But to Darren, that single viewer meant the world until year 2020 came. That year changed everything.
But then 2020, that's...
Yo, shout out to everyone in here right now watching. Shout out to everyone watching the VOD. I'm not saying I'm gonna be Speed because I really doubt that. I really highly doubt that. But you know, I still appreciate everyone. I still appreciate you guys. It means a lot. So yeah.
Like, that's the point of my career where that's pretty much where my life changed. I sparked that first stream up. I gained 2 viewers. I had that 1 viewer, and that viewer made me keep going. And each day and more. Week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers.
Also, you guys may not realize it, but having, I don't want to call them regulars, but people who consistently show up and show love is like a massive motivator, right? Like, it motivates you. You're like, oh my gosh, I have to go stream, or I have to go post, or I have to make a clip, because there are people who are actually watching. It's like, when you start from 0, you're kind of projecting your content into seemingly a void, right? But the minute you have 1 or 2 viewers or more, or just one person, suddenly it goes from, being projecting into a void to projecting to an audience. Even if that audience is one person and it's like your mum or something, like, it's a massive difference. So, be grateful. At the end of the day, be very grateful, because I'm very grateful, because it's what motivates me, a large portion of it anyway.
Viewers, week 4, 20 viewers, so on and so on and so on.
He decided to give streaming 100% of his effort. As a 15-year-old sophomore, Darren made a bold decision to essentially give up on school and put everything into YouTube.
I kind of gave up on school.
Right.
I kind of gave up on school. I kind of gave up on everything that I had to my old life and just put everything onto my stream. I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing
Of course, this had consequences in real life. His grades slipped and his mother noticed. Imagine being a mom and suddenly your 15-year-old quits school to play and stream video games. You'd be concerned too. Darren's mom, understandably, was not happy with his new all-streaming, no-school lifestyle. As Speed's tiny channel slowly grew, a clip from one of his streams managed to land on World Star Hip Hop.
As I was streaming, there was a clip that kind of blown up. It was on Warstar. You remember Warstar, right? It didn't go viral. It had like maybe 30,000 viewers. So my dad showed my mom, because my dad watches Warstar. My mom seen the video. She's like,
Can you imagine seeing your kid, right, on a platform like WorldStar or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok? Like, you're just scrolling, minding your business, and you see your kid like crashing out on like 2K or something. I'd be like, what? When did this happen? I'd be so confused, but that's kind of funny.
what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Why is everybody talking about you, like, online, blah, blah, blah? Because it was, like, hate comments. So she kicked me out.
For context at this time, Speed maybe had a couple thousand YouTube subscribers
I got kicked out of the house because of that, bro.
and was averaging 20 live viewers. So 30,000 people seeing a clip of him was huge.
He told my mother, then I had to quit YouTube. And look, at the time, I had 5,000 subs too. Like, man, I can't quit YouTube, bro. Like, my mama didn't want me to do YouTube no more because she seen the video and me. She over there, I'm talking about cussing me out, bro, because she can't.
His mom confronted him. What are you doing? Why is everybody talking about you online? She was embarrassed. That WorldStar incident was the last straw. Speed's mom issued an ultimatum. Quit streaming or get out. She told him he can't do this in my house. Try to put yourself in Darren's shoes. He's 14 or 15. He's finally found something he's passionate about and actually good at. And now his mom is demanding he throw it all away.
No, she told me to quit.
Yeah.
Or I'm leaving. Like, you can't do this in my house. So I'm like, I'm out. You know, like, I'm not about to stop. Like, I was already averaging like 20 viewers. I had like 1,000 subs, 2,000 subs.
Fortunately, if Darren hadn't chose that option, we wouldn't have iShowSpeed today, as he didn't let his mother's pressure stop him. A user wrote about Darren's situation. It will never make any sense how any parent can put down their child like that. Poor Speed, glad he has his dad, who is supportive with what he does. I heard that his mom even kicked him out at the age of 14. That's why he had to live with his dad. After being kicked out, Darren moved north to live with his dad in Michigan, Detroit. It was a drastic change. New city, new household, and notably no strict mom watching over his shoulder. His dad gave him much more freedom.
Once I start something, I'm not stopping. So boom, she kicked me out. I moved to my dad in Detroit. I kept going. My dad didn't really care. My dad let me. Shout out to my dad.
Finally, he could stream as much and loudly as he wanted, but that freedom came at a cost. He was isolated from his old life.
Just a quick little story. So chat, my mom kicked me out the house when I was 14. My mom kicked me out of my house at 14. I moved in with my dad. I moved to Michigan. I was lonely. I was depressed. Nobody takes or called me. The people in these pictures didn't text or call me. I was just a lonely guy. I had no friends. Nobody takes or call me. Nobody. Bye-bye.
Those were some of the darkest days of his young.
I think one thing a lot of people don't say, not in particular about like content creation, but just having a passion or an interest that you that you practice or you do regularly, right, is how taxing it is, or how much you have to invest, right? I used to dabble in chess, right? Let's say dabble. And I remember I was on the bus home one day from I think I was from work or something, and I was watching. It was like in between games at like a chess tournament, like a massive chess. I can't remember the exact one, where it was like the top chess players, right? And I think somebody was interviewing. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Magnus. Before anyone says Magnus Carlsen, it wasn't Magnus. But somebody was streaming somebody was interviewing, one of the top chess players at this tournament, and asked them, like, what do you think is, what is something that people don't realize about becoming a quote-unquote master at chess, right? And the person said, I feel really bad because I really don't remember who said it, but the person responded with, you have to really want it, right? It has to be your passion, not just something you enjoy doing. Because when it's your passion, you are willing to sideline everything, and you're willing to invest all of your being and all of your time and energy and effort into this thing, because it's something you want for yourself, right? Like, desperately. And I again can't remember who it is, but the person was basically talking about how they'd thrown away majority of their friendships, their relationships, and like basically anything that got in the way, right? So they could become a quote unquote master at chess, right? And if you've seen Whiplash, the film, if you haven't seen Whiplash, pause this, right? If it's a VOD, pause the VOD, go watch it. If it's a YouTube video, pause the video, go watch it. If you're watching it live, I guess you can stay here, but go watch it. It's an amazing film. It's all about, passion and sacrifice and doing what you feel is necessary to become the best, right? Or the greatest. And I feel like this is definitely something Speed is touching on in this little segment, talking about how lonely he was, I guess. Because when you invest all your time, your energy and effort into something, you miss out and you lose other aspects of your life because of it. So yeah.
Young life. Still, he didn't give up. Over the weeks and months that followed, Darren's channel steadily grew. By early 2021, he was gaining a few hundred subscribers a week and had built a small but dedicated community.
Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away from me, get away.
But throughout his early success, again, his mother was not happy. She was adamant that he complete his education first and graduate, and Speed had to move back.
So I dropped out my sophomore year. I was failing all my grades my sophomore year. Then my mom was like, hell no. She put a stop to it. She called my dad. Then I moved back in with my mom for my junior year.
Okay.
So I gained my credit for my sophomore year and my junior. Because my mom, she was on it. She put me in an online class. We tried this like a public school, but that didn't last a month. I was already famous. Whatever.
Right.
I got into my online class. My mom locked me in because she wanted me to get my diploma. So she locked me back in. But, I made my ways and I graduated.
Speed was now back again at attending school and graduating, which he even streamed at. As he moved back to Cincinnati and back in his mother's home, Speed found himself walking on eggshells once again. Around this time, he was also seeing rapid growth in his streaming career, with gaining almost 100,000 subscribers per day and hitting 1 million subscribers quickly. Yes, she was letting him stream again under her roof, but only on her terms. The rules are now stricter.
Look at this shit, bro. Like, real shit, bro. Bro, I can't do fucking shit, bro. I mean, be quiet. Be quiet. It's 8:23. 8:24 p.m. This the reason, chat. If y'all wonder why I start my streams early, it's because of her. Because she got a rule. Everybody need to be quiet at 11 o'clock p.m. Hey, y'all know what I'm doing? I start my stream up early, right? I start my stream up early, 8 o'clock, and she still got a problem.
So Speed would go live right after dinner around 8 p.m., hoping to get a few good hours of streaming in before the curfew. But even then, his mom sometimes got irritated. But things started to only get worse as he continued to hit his subscriber achievements, which are meant for celebration.
100K! 400K!
Because of Speed's energetic and optimistic personality, well, his mother was quite the opposite.
Well, my mama's so tired. We're in the stream right now, y'all. Just sub up, y'all. Come on, bro, because I'm tired of this shit, y'all. Chat. Shut the fuck up. Hey, man, I love y'all boys, man. I'm not about to let a fucking, you know what? 600K! Mom, come on.
I don't give a fuck.
Alright, okay, all right.
I don't give a fuck.
Alright,
I'm gonna be on the recording.
Oh.
Damn. Money popping up and shit. Fucking embarrass your ass.
This is embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. That was embarrassing. I don't even want to get hyped no more.
Imagine your own mother not even giving you a simple congratulation.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yo, low-key, supportive parents or supportive friends or family or whatever so underrated. In my opinion, people might disagree. But having a support system around you that supports you no matter what you do is insane. And if you have that, you should be so grateful, because that unconditional support is something that some people, like Speed, for example, would cherish. So if you have that, you obviously don't have to make videos, you don't have to stream, you don't have to do anything. But if you have people around you who support you regardless, be grateful, right? And I have a couple people like that, so shout out to them. They know who they are. Yeah.
Y'all boys, y'all big 600K, man. I just can't, y'all. We gonna celebrate 600K another day, man. I just can't.
I apologize. We couldn't celebrate this special how we usually do, man. I really apologize to the bottom of my heart, man. I just got done. You feel me turning out, man. I really wish we could just celebrate our special how we usually do, man. I'm sorry, man, but it is
And it only went worse. A simple act like this can be really cruel to your own child, especially when they're trying to help the family.
Mom, come here, Mom. Mom, come here. You gotta come here. You got to, man. 800K.
Boy, I'm doing a recording. Congratulations.
800K.
All right, congratulations.
What? Congratulations.
I gotta do my own job.
Such a big milestone is only a dream for others. While she didn't care when her own child achieved it, it can be hard to modernize an old mindset of a parent.
Turn me up. Mom, come on.
You know what, bro? Fuck this shit. I'm out. You know, I don't even have to.
This is so sad. Like, there are so many people who are on YouTube and other platforms who could only dream of, like, milestones like this. And obviously Speed is way beyond these milestones now. But at the time, this was, like, massive for him. And it's like, seeing that raw excitement and happiness just be killed, like, almost instantly is really sad. And you can see, like, how he's in the clips, he's you know, looking to his mum for validation or approval, and she's just not really giving it, I guess. I don't know, it's quite sad.
I'm some real, like, I'm really, you know what, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I can't.
She would even cut off his internet without asking. You can imagine how frustrating this can get.
Mom, get out.
So now my mom wanna come off the internet now. My mom wanna come off the internet while I'm sitting here on YouTube doing what I love to do. Why you cut off the internet?
Quit cussing. You know why? I asked you to quit.
Also, how much money would he be making at this point? Because surely he'd be helping out financially. Or is it because he's not... Was he 18 at this point? I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure you have to be... the owner of the account has to be at least 18 before you can, like, make money off YouTube. But, if he is helping out and, you know, getting paid, then I feel like maybe she should have been more supportive, because I'm sure he would have been helping out, knowing the kind of person he is. But I really don't know.
Quit cussing.
So
Quit.
this can be a bit hypocritical as she cusses herself in front of her own child and millions of people. At the end, your child learns from you and the surroundings. Damn, instead of celebrating with him, she just let his mood down, shaking my head. Being kicked out by your own parents is the worst feeling in the world. He's literally providing his family. His mom gotta be grateful. On a Mother's Day, Speed allegedly tried calling her mom to wish her a happy Mother's Day.
Hello?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say happy Mother's Day, Mom, and I love you so much.
The fact that his mom didn't say I love you back and just hang up the phone is crazy. His mom appeared on more occasions.
That's what your auntie did.
Ah, bro, what is he doing?
Quit cussing.
Dang, man! No, I'm talking about the game.
Hey,
I'm good. Chill.
Will you chill?
Stop.
I mean it. No, you stop. Stop talking to people like that. Cut it out.
Yo, who remembers the VR days? Like, obviously VR is still a thing now, but I feel like there was a very specific era where basically anyone and everyone was playing VR. It was just very entertaining. I don't feel like people don't really do that now. It's like a lot more niche than it used to be. But, yo, throwback.
Okay.
What the fuck you doing? Shut the fuck up.
mama.
I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss.
Okay, be quiet.
Okay.
I say it right. Now you shut the up.
Today is
From yelling at him to even mocking him,
y'all know we gotta stream every Friday.
99 cents.
Friday, baby. Thank God it's Friday, baby.
My mama don't love me, bro. Mama, you don't even love me, bro, bro. My own fucking mama don't love me. My own fucking mama.
till he finally decided to move out.
I've been living with my mother, you know what I'm saying, for a very long time. I will be officially, for the first time in my life, I'll be moving out of my mother. And I'll be living on my own. For the first time in my life. So this for me, this is a very big thing for me, you know, because I've been living with my mother for a very, very, very long time. So
After years of streaming out of a cramped room under his mother's watch, he finally had the freedom to be as loud and wild as he wanted. But even before this point, Speed's YouTube channel was already exploding. He had rocketed from just 100,000 subscribers in April 2021 to over 1 million only 2 months later. That momentum never stopped as he aced towards 10 million. Even before he left home, he'd amassed a loyal fan base in the millions. But a turning point in Speed's journey came from a simple, almost random interaction. One that started with £1.79 and a kid named Brad.
Crazy to think where his career would be if this donation never came through.
Bradley donated
Earl, my boy.
£1.79 through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey.
That tiny donation and these words opened a door for Speed, pulling him into a whole new world outside America. If you compare the audience between the FIFA World Cup and the Super Bowl, you'll get the idea. By simply being a fanboy of Ronaldo, he was pulling a whole new audience that loved his reactions. Speed playing soccer, his reactions and raw energy were now reaching far beyond YouTube, and his fan base was growing insanely fast. His clips from freak-out screams to dances to being a Ronaldo fan flooded TikTok and other platforms. He had become a mainstream viral figure. Even major celebrities were noticing and interacting. And before we knew it, he had met the man himself, Cristiano Ronaldo. And it did not stop here. Speed was already winning awards and hopping in the music game too, performing better than many artists with his hits, such as the World Cup song, before going on to a tour around the world, visiting many continents and countries and pulling a great amount of crowd and audience, while also breaking records such as 1 million live viewers in Indonesia. With now over 40 million subscribers on YouTube alone, it is clear iShowSpeed has become a major celebrity, and his journey was not easy. Even though the kid who got kicked out at 14 now had everything, he never stopped loving his mother.
My first big purchase was mainly probably just buy my mom a house. Well, at first I didn't really have support, right? But my mom always supported me. You know, she just didn't understand it. Correct. You know, I really love my mom. You know, she even now to this day she still supports me. She still does her little mom talks. You know, I love the mom talks. Right. You know, of her yapping. My dad, you know, he just always supported. He just like my dad is just the guy like go, you know, do it. Do it. Go be happy. Yeah, exactly. So. I'm really glad that I still got them in my life. You know?
Well, we can't deny that his mother was indeed very proud of her boy.
iShowSpeed.
I think that's one thing with a lot of parents and stuff. They don't always understand the impact and the influence that ordinary people can have on the internet, right? And what doors that can open and what opportunities can come from that. But at the end of the day, from what I've seen, she just wanted him to, like, you know, do what most parents want for their kids, like go to school, graduate, you know, have a head on their shoulders. So it's nice to see that change has happened now and that, you know, he's getting that support. But, yeah.
Man, oh man, streamer of the year. That's a crazy one. But look, I want to thank my team, my cameraman, my mom, my dad, the countries that allow me to, you know, stream in them places. You know, I want to thank everybody. You know, this award means a lot to me. You know, I really.
That's my son. Mom finally supporting his streaming career. Darren, being the humble person and the same kid, is now showing support for his brother. The support that he never had.
Yo, chat, everybody sub to him right now. He's really about to hit 100K.
Let's go.
I remember these days. I remember these days. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's so sweet. That's so wholesome.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go! You hit 100,000 subs, bro. Oh my god, bro. I love you, man. Thank you for making this work. Congratulations.
Maybe this is what he also needed during his achievements and celebrations.